Welcome to this 4G wireless presentation from NanoCell. Today we are going to talk a little bit about voice over LTE. And my name is Srikanth. I'm with NanoCell Networks. So one of the challenges as we migrate to packet switch networks like LTE is the fact that we have voice as still a predominant revenue earner which needs to be supported. Of course, there are legacy cellular circuit switch networks like the 2G and 3G cellular networks which can be used to carry voice. But as we move along and make everything packet switched, we need to find efficient mechanisms for carrying voice over such packet switch networks. In addition, there might be greenfield operators who might not have any legacy circuit switch networks over which they would want to carry voice. So we need solutions for carrying voice over a packet switch networks. And of course, we know that there are lots of efficiency to be achieved in packet switch network, which can also be used to advantage. So as we look at the variety of mechanisms, we see that an operator who is deploying 4G network might have 2G and 3G networks over which we could carry voice, at least as an interim. But there must be long-term solutions by which we should be able to carry voice through the packet switch core as an LTE EPC. So the current mechanism by which many operators who already deployed LTE and the way they support voice is by using what's called as circuit switch fallback, which is a very simple idea. So whenever you have a voice call, you just cut down your 4G connection and move on to your 3G or 2G connection. So there are signaling mechanisms defined by which a user connected to a 4G network is informed of a voice call which is trying to reach this particular user. And so it's a very, very well entrenched mechanism. But this is not a long-term solution, it's an interim solution. The long-term solution, of course, is to try and see whether we can move to initiatives which have been proposed in the industry like VoLTE, primarily through the GSM Association's One Voice campaign. So what we want to do there is basically try and not fall back to 3G and 2G networks. So some of the things that we have to do differently for voice as compared to data are, we need to of course have certain constructs in LTE which need to be used, like the bearers idea. So we have both the default and the dedicated bearer. So voice is going to be carried as VoIP traffic, and that means there is signaling SIP traffic which needs to be carried over default bearers with certain costs, and there are going to be some dedicated bearers which are actually going to carry the voice data. As you know, voice typically has different characteristics compared to our internet traffic, and so that has to be carried using a certain quality of service with certain latency guarantees which are met. So these are slowly being standardized by the GSM Association and is being agreed upon by operators so that you can have interworking amongst handset players and a variety of equipment providers who are providing the equipment for the operator's network. So on the radio side, there are some interesting things which are happening with respect to VoIP. One is the scheduling that we will do for voice is quite different from the scheduling that we would do for packet data. So voice would typically use, for example, what we call as persistent scheduling, which would enable avoiding a lot of signaling messages related to how we are going to handle the resource management for voice. So that's one important fact. In addition, we are going to allow some interesting mechanisms to happen on the uplink where we are going to bundle multiple resources and allow people to transmit using all those resources to have a much better voice quality. So these are very important mechanisms to meet certain guarantees that voice traffic requires. As a revenue earner, voice also requires people to be happy with, the people need to be happy with the quality of voice that they will receive through the packet switch network. So another mechanism that we also employ for VoIP is to make sure that we don't transmit too much overhead. So there's a lot of emphasis on how we cut down on the overhead from the higher layers. So one of the important mechanisms that we do on the air interface or the radio network is to make sure that we do not pad the already small data with a lot of overhead. So we do what is called as robust header compression, which will make sure that the repetitive headers don't get transmitted on the air interface. So along with QoS, along with robust header compression, and the fact that we have separate paths for signaling and data traffic, we are all set for voice over LTE to get started in a big way and hopefully provide revenue opportunities for operators. So thank you for listening in to this voice over LTE presentation. We appreciate any feedback at the email given below. please feel free to contact us. So NanoCell offers a variety of methods by which we can offer training services. Please feel free to contact us at the website and the email ID, and we will get back to you. Thank you for listening in.